I have a workplace horror story, so strap in. This is going to be several parts because it's a huge and developing story, but here we go. Alright, so I was a civil litigation, employment and labor paralegal at a small boutique law firm in downtown Grand Rapids, Michigan, Henn Lesperance. And I've been defamed and retaliated against and just absolutely nuked by them. But one of the many things that happened is I was framed for sending this anonymous letter and photos of the managing member, co-owner of the law firm, Henn Lesperance, and his mistress, Gosia Walker, HR office manager of the law firm, to his wife, to Kevin's wife, exposing the affair between her husband, Kevin, and the office manager, HR manager, Gosia Walker. They said that I was following them around because they were sneaking off to Kevin's dad's condo, which is vacant. He's a snowbird, lives in Arizona, and I'm finding all of this out after the fact, right? Like, this is all stuff I have learned since it all happened through talking with Grace and like my own investigation. Like, so this isn't information I had. This is all what I learned. They said that I, followed Kevin and Gosia to his dad's condo because that's where they were having their little secret meetups during the workday most of the time. And I did a stakeout and was taking photos of them in the act and like just coming and going. And then I printed those off and then drafted this letter impersonating a private investigator from Indiana, but staying anonymous nonetheless. And then I sent it as a hit job. So for starters, I had no idea that they were having an affair. I don't want to know that. I'm disgusted by that. Like that, the thought of either of them. But so they said that it was a hit job by me. So I found out about it a couple hours after I had been fired via random phone call. Okay, Andrew, my boss, called me random Tuesday morning and fired me. I was shell-shocked. I was devastated, like beside myself. My world just got flipped. And I get a call from a phone number with a Seattle, Washington area code. It just said Seattle, Washington. I don't know anyone in Seattle, Washington. I thought it was a robocall, so I screened it and sent it to voicemail. And the number left this voicemail.
Hi, Brittany. This is someone that you want to talk to. If you could give me a call back at 206-79 at your earliest convenience. Thank you. Bye.
So I listened to it and I'm like, you know what? That doesn't necessarily sound like a robocall. So I call back and a man answers the phone and the first thing he says is, listen, we know it was you who sent the letter and the photos. And I was like, wait, what? And he's like, Brittany, we know it was you who sent the letter and the photos. You don't have to deny it. Like, you're not in trouble with me. I'm not mad. I just have some questions. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, what letter? What photos? Like, who are you? And he's like, seriously, like, don't, we know it was you. Basically, he's trying to say, like, the jig is up. And I'm like, I'm so absolutely just lost right now. Like, who are you? Why are you, like, what are you talking about? It got to a point where he started to sense the sincerity in my voice, like the sheer, like, shock and confusion. And he's like, you don't know anything about a letter sent to Grace Lesperance? And I was like, hold up. I was like, one, no. Two, you just said Grace Lesperance. That's Henn Lesperance's wife. And I just got fired from her husband's law firm. So now let's talk. And he's like, wait, you got fired earlier today already? And I was like, wait, what? Yes. What the hell? Like, a couple hours ago. And he's like, oh, well, this is Grace Lesperance's brother. I was like, okay, so Kevin's brother-in-law. And he's like, I'm calling on behalf of my sister. You really don't know anything about any letters and photos sent to her? And I was like, no. Like, no. Why would I? Why? Like, what happened? Like, what are we talking about? And he's like, all right, let me ask you this. Like, do you know anything about any extramarital affairs or anything going on in the office? And I was like, also no. Like, I racked my brain. I seriously, you guys, I dead ass said this to this stranger. I said no, and like it would be a complete shot in the dark. Like, quite frankly, I'm the only fuckable person in that office. I said that, and ironically, that's really what sold it for him, because it's like, okay, no, yeah, she's straight shooter. Like, that's a genuine, sincere answer. And I was like, why though? Like, what is happening? And he's like, okay, well, I'm calling on behalf of my sister Grace. There was a letter and photos sent to her exposing an affair between Kevin, her husband, and Gosia Walker, the office manager. And they said it was a hit job by you. You did it. So I said, well, let's call her. If she did that, then let's get some information out of her. Because Kevin, being a lawyer, this is going to be an ugly divorce. So we needed as much information as possible to shake him the fuck down and make sure he can't, screw my sister in the divorce. So we're looking for insider info on this affair. And my jaw is just on the floor. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I wish I could I'm so sorry. Like, tell your sister, tell Grace, I'm so sorry that this happened, but I have no idea. I have nothing to do with this. Like, I didn't know about it. If I did, I would love to help you, but like, I got nothing. Like, I'm sorry. And he was like, that's okay. Like, I'm really sorry that you got framed. You're being scapegoated right now. And he was like, I was also going to tell you that I was 24 at the time. So he was like, you're a young woman. Like, they have a private investigator. They hired a private investigator to follow you and tail you. And the plan was to have him tail you till Friday. And then they were going to fire you on Friday. And I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, I don't know why they pulled trigger 4 days early, because this is Tuesday morning, right? Like, I got fired Tuesday morning. So he's like, the plan was they were going to do it Friday, after having this PI follow you for the week. But, we were going to also give you a heads up, because that would be, devastating and, scary for anyone, especially, a 24-year-old young woman. So we were kind of reaching out to say thanks for giving us the information, and here's a heads up for you as well, because the firm said that you did it and that it was a hit job by you. And he was like, I gotta get back to work. Like, I'm really sorry this happened to you. I was like, it's okay. Like, you didn't do it, but like, I'm really glad you called. And, tell your sister that tell her first, I'm extremely sorry that this happened to her as well. And please, like, pass along my contact information. If she wants to talk to me or like reach out, I have a million questions for her. I'm sure she has some. And, if she wants to talk and figure out like what's going on here, this is crazy. And he's like, yeah, we'll do. So that happened. Grace reached out to me probably an hour after that phone call with her brother. And that's where the story starts.